You like my new boots, Emma? Look at those.
They're very nice. That's not your real leg. Is that your real leg?
That's my leg.
The mannequin. Put it down. Look, we're on. Look, we're on. Look.
We're on.
The light is on.
What are we doing?
We are doing This Is Where You Left Them. No, we're doing Where You Left Them, not This Is Where You Left Them.
Where you left them? What's it called, Emma? Try again. This is going very well. You're doing a great job.
Brilliant. I'll do it now. This is Where You Left Them, the Dad Hugs for Your Soul podcast with Harry and Emma.
That's beautiful. Honestly, that was perfect. So this is our follow-up for every Tuesday. We do a follow-up where we find out what you've had to say and what Emma's got to say. It's a lot. And we do a bit of sort of scouring the comments. We don't have loads of comments yet, so
got just two. No, we got more than that, Harry. We've got more.
We've got some comments. So we're going to go through the comments in a minute, and then we'll get on to what's coming next, and we'll get on to the new bit, which I really like the look of, which is part of the new format, which involves us forcing Emma to do things
that I don't want to do. And we will talk about that in a bit, because I have things I won't do.
How's your weekend been? Have you been mobbed much?
Honestly, I haven't wanted to go out. All the curtains are drawn because I haven't wanted to go outside. It's too much, honestly, Harry.
So you wore an understated colour to hide from people?
Nobody look at me with all my lips.
All my lips.
All my lips. Come on. Right, look, let's get into it. Let's get into it, because I'm not going to say all the story, but if you haven't heard the story, go and listen to the story, because it's a proper juicy one to start with, wasn't it? And
it was one that really made us it made us angry.
Yes, it made us angry.
And sad. I'd say it made Emma a little bit more angry than it made me, but that's okay. And it made us a bit sad, really. And overall, it felt quite, I don't know, it was quite moving the way that it had been sent in. It was very raw. I mean, we're finding actually that all the stories that are coming in, they're very raw. Some of them are quite brutal, and they take a bit of reading. And it feels like a real honour that people take time to send them in.
It does feel like that. It feels very personal. A lot of the themes feel very familiar, I know, to both of us, and I would say that it is really emotional, actually, Harry, isn't it? It's emotional reading everyone's pain, actually. So, but yeah, this one in particular was brutal and again familiar, and we have got some comments. And
there's quite a few comments on socials, but we want more comments on the website, which is dadhugsforyoursoul.com/podcast. You can go there and you can leave a comment. You can vote. There's always going to be a vote, or usually there's going to be a vote. But we would just want to hear from you what your perspective is, because interestingly, it didn't go the way not quite the way we expected.
Not quite. Do you want me to give a little update on that now?
Yeah, go on.
In a minute. Okay. So we had a vote on, and again, you're going to need to listen to the pod if you haven't, but the vote was, do you have any sympathy for Rich? And I suggested we just did a massive no button right in the middle. But
or a yes button that moved that you couldn't catch.
You couldn't get it. Brilliant. But we did do both, and people have voted for both. So the current vote split is 83% no.
Oh. And then
17% yes.
If you are that 17%, send us a message.
We do have someone who has told us that they've voted in his favour.
Oh, really?
Would you like me to read that one? It's a good one.
Go for it.
Okay, so this is from the website, and it's a much longer comment and a really interesting one. And again, lots of soul searching, and I love it. So I'm just reading the very last bit of this one from Joanna C. Thank you, Joanna. And she's written, projecting much? Oh, hell, yes, I do. Not my romantic relationships experience, but the relationship with my mother, which is brilliant, who was totally immature and dependent on me emotionally. The weight of that love was unbearable. The dreams of escaping it constant and soul-crushing. I clicked yes to sympathy for Rich question quicker than I could think, which actually was a very revealing and moment of clarity for me.
Yeah, it's those moments, isn't it, where you're not thinking, you're reacting, and I think there's a lot of honesty in that, isn't there? In the reaction. Like both of us in the studio immediately, no. But
yeah, I know the gut thing is no, but so Joanna went gut yes, which is interesting to hear. You told me they'd come.
good for
You told me, didn't
Good
you?
for
So
you. I think that's really
that is really good. So yeah, from the website, and also the website, I don't know if you probably already said this is where you can submit your own stories, and it did prompt several similar stories, didn't it? So
yeah,
you know,
stories are something we are getting a few of, and we'd like more. So yeah, send yours in, because we anonymize them and we may edit them a bit for kind of the flow of reading them out, because I'm a simple man, so we like the flow to be nice and easy. And we like to keep them sort of fairly short, but you send us in whatever you'd like to send us in, and we'll edit it. We'll run it by you before we read it out on the pod, and then we'll see what the reaction is. But yeah, we were quite surprised at how quickly you sort of you get involved. You invest in these stories early, and I don't think I'll ever forget, Rich, being the first story.
I will never forget. Can I just add something to what you said? We do always change. We change your names.
Do that. No. Do that face again.
What
when
was
I say the word Rich?
Oh,
there it is. Right. Anyway, carry on.
I can't hear that without going now. But can we just say we also change your names? We know we won't ever put your real names out there, so that's also fine. So yeah, everybody really can I read some more?
Yes, and I just want to say just quickly before you do, we do take these stories very seriously.
Yes,
there is an air of levity to this podcast, and we that is deliberate. We don't want this to be a heavy listen for an hour. The first couple will be heavier because we're lifting the format a bit, which we'll talk about shortly. But we do rest assured these stories are taken very seriously. There is serious advice given in the reply from me as well. So, and they really touch a nerve, as you'll see if you watch the video, because Emma's in floods for most of them.
For most of them, and that is genuinely true. And even reading them, I haven't managed to get through even one of them without crying, because of the, it's the pain of it all. It's just, I just want to cuddle all of you. So yes, we do really take it seriously, but there is an element, I suppose, of trench humor, Harry, isn't there? Because I guess we feel like we can, because I've talked to you about this awful stuff, the amount of times you've been on the phone to me saying, talking me round, and the same with you, the text and stuff backwards and forwards about this, I'm feeling like this. And so I feel like I guess, like we've earned our stripes a bit, being able to
a bit
of levity.
Yeah, I always say that the sort of, or when I did one-to-ones, I used to always say to them, it feels strange that I smile as you talk about very serious things, but rest assured that I see the whole timeline, right? So I see coming in heartbroken and distraught in these awful situations that I've personally faced, I know Emma's faced, but I also see you exiting at the other end after that. So I know that you're on that journey. You may not see it yet. So I see the outcome. How we're able to be a bit lighter, but yeah. Anyway. Let's get to these comments, Emma, because I know you're right.
I'm very excited by them, obviously. So I want to do this one because you'll hear why.
I'm going to get my comment ready too. Go on.
Ready? I think Rich has been deceitful and dishonest to himself.
Wow.
He could do with doing some personal development on his own behaviours and beliefs. Perhaps buying the packs too. That's not us. That is a genuine comment from Kate Hawthorne here. 5 years is a very long lie, Richard.
Yes. You see, that's the thing, isn't it? There's a lot of, I think betrayal is something that spikes up all the time. And I remember when we started the pod, we thought about having a theme for each story set.
Yeah.
Say, okay, so this week we might talk about betrayal for the next few weeks, and then we'll move into, I don't know, infidelity or whatever. But actually, it's all betrayal, the whole thing. And what she says in that comment is perfect, isn't it? Where
absolutely
he lied to himself and betrayed himself.
That I love that. I love that sort of level of awareness. Actually, I want to do this one as well. Okay. Also, again from the website from Janet, and I like this because, well, listen, you just tell me. I'm pretty sure. Hi, Janet, if you're listening. I'm pretty sure I may be an anxious person who is emotionally unavailable. Am I doomed?
No, of course not.
Do I have twice the work to do?
No. It's an interesting one, this, because if you keep finding yourself dating people who are avoidant or emotionally unavailable, let's say, it's quite likely that there's a part of you, quite a significant part of you, that's emotionally unavailable, because you're choosing people who you know will never fully choose you back. And that's not just to punish yourself. That's also to give you an excuse to never fully commit, right? To never fully buy in as well. So I talk about accountability a lot. There's accountability on both sides. And if you constantly choose emotionally unavailable partners, you can't overlook that when you're looking at analyzing yourself and your own attachment styles.
So it's a bit of more of a safety thing. You think it's a safety thing, keeping you safe from hurt?
I think there's a kind of myth that comes with, I mean, there's a few myths that come with anxious attachment. And one of them is that if you're anxiously attached, you must be desperate to get into a relationship or be in a relationship. See, not really. Quite a lot of people who display really anxious attachment aren't actually interested in a settling down relationship. They're interested in the chaotic kind of almost relationship.
Right.
To the next. So they're choosing people that they'll get that from. So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because before you sort of learn that, before you realize that, you do think, well, anxious attachment, that person is kind of desperate to be loved, desperate to be in a relationship, desperate for security. And all those things, to a degree, are true. Of course, we all want that, right? But it doesn't mean that they're going to just sort of throw everything at every relationship. There is work to do. Of course, there's work to do. Answer the work question. You don't have twice as much work to do, but you definitely have work to do. And healing anxious attachment is the first step. And it's not as hard as you imagine. It seems like this huge task. And we're going to get to this as well later, because we've got our special little guinea pig, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
So, yeah, and that's actually going to be really interesting, because, you know, you refer to yourself jokingly as the poster girl for anxious attachment, but
it's true. It's true. Well, we did the quiz, didn't we? And I scored highly on the quiz.
Yeah, just above highly, I think. So whoever, if you're thinking about your attachment style, and if you hear words like breathwork, meditation, EMDR, EFT, and you think, probably not for me, that all sounds a bit woo, a bit hippie, a bit passive, stay tuned, because one of us, and the other one, actually, I do this a lot. I use all the tools in the packs, for example, but EMDR is my favorite thing. And we're going to introduce our guinea pig to all of these things, and you're going to get to see how they work. We'll get a catch up from Emma as she goes along. And
so I'm the guinea pig. Just to clarify, viewer, I am the one that's going to be doing all of this stuff and telling you what it feels like. And I have got questions.
Yes. Oh,
I don't want to do anything that makes me run anywhere. I won't run.
First one's
I will go on a Segway. I won't do ice baths.
I haven't recommended any of those things yet, but I'm tempted.
I know, but I would not put it past you.
Okay.
So most other things I will do.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Right, I'm going to read a comment now.
Yes, I wanted to get... yes, go
on. Happy Sunday, Harry. This came in on Sunday. I've listened to your podcast and rated it accordingly.
Oh.
Actually, it says...
I'll come back to that.
It says amazing podcast, so I'm going to guess that's a massive rating, I hope. I was blah, 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 blah. Here it is. Here's my comment.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing this very interesting and at the same time very sad case. It is. It always takes two to tango, I believe. She gave up on herself with doing stuff she didn't really enjoy and was so obsessed to ignore the red flags, which are obviously difficult to see when you're too busy entertaining this perfect couple image. He is 100% a no-go. With years of betraying her, there's that betrayal word again, without taking accountability for what he did. A very weak guy, low self-esteem and zero emotional intelligence. This is a proper analysis. I like this.
Yeah.
I really hope she will find her true self after going through this horrendous betrayal. Keep up the work. Have a wonderful day. Manuela. Thank you, Manuela.
Brilliant. And I want something Manuela said in there about rating. You're going to love this because you won't know this because you are
Go on.
Frankly awful at podcasts. You don't understand them. You don't know where to get them. You know nothing. You just like to talk.
I'm going to buy a podcast next week and have a look. Don't worry.
No.
I'll order one. Nice.
Actually, on that, you can get the podcast on Spotify for free, Apple for free. It's all for free. Get them wherever you get your podcasts. It's everywhere. Ignore him. He's ridiculous.
And you can watch it on YouTube.
On YouTube, also for free. So there we go. You don't have to buy anything. So you'll like this because we've had some ratings. Do you want to hear them?
Ooh, ratings. Hang on.
Apple,
are they good?
They're all good.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're vast. There's vast swathes of ratings. On Apple, we have had 4 ratings. And they're all 5-star.
Thank you.
And on Spotify, do you understand Spotify? You know what that is?
Never heard of it.
Don't worry about it. On Spotify, we've had 2 ratings. We're literally exploding into the universe. And they are also both 5-star. So if you have rated us, thank you ever so much. If you haven't, you can do that. And that supports us for no pounds and no pence. And that will help us get found. So if you want to help, that's a lovely way to do it. So thank you if you've done that. Also, you can like and subscribe.
Oh, yes.
We like saying it. We don't know what it means, but we like saying it, don't we?
I heard it once by accident. But yes,
I know.
Like and subscribe. Also, you can go to the website, dadhugsforyoursoul.com, and you can register on there, and then you'll be put onto our mailing list if you want.
Oh, yes.
And that'll keep you updated. You'll get a newsletter once a week. We won't try and flog you anything, and that'll tell you what's coming and when the podcasts are, all that stuff, and tell you about the merch.
Oh, yeah. Now about the merch, right? Because that's my jumper. That's mine.
Yeah, it's going to smell lovely.
Get it off and get that to me for the next when we're going. We're going to do more recording, aren't we, Thursday? No, it's not. Oh my God, no. But do you know what, Harry? We did discuss a giveaway, and I want to do a giveaway.
Okay.
Not that though, because that's mine. You're not giving that one away.
Okay, give all my stuff away, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
You've got loads of it. You need to share like a good boy.
Fair. Right. Okay. So what are we doing for a giveaway? Tell me what you'd like to give away. I'll just listen to you. You're in charge here.
A T-shirt.
A T-shirt. Okay. I'll grab a T-shirt that you can see. Here's a blue one.
Oh, see, I love that one.
Beautiful. Right. And on the sleeve we've got the logo, which is embroidered, and on the sleeve also embroidered.
Beautiful.
Big hug. So that you can hug yourself like this, look, and the logo will show. I mean, you know.
Are they nice? Because I haven't seen a whiff of these, even though
I don't know where they are either. I've hardly seen any as well, but
people or your mates have nicked them, haven't they? Look at you.
I don't have any, but anyway, they're brilliant. They're all.
So how will we do? Organic. How will we do the giveaway? Have you got a comment?
I think you should. First of all, go and register on the website. That's step 1. Step 2 is leave a comment on the podcast page. And
lovely.
Why don't you comment? Oh, let's think of a word they could comment.
All the ones I want to say are on the no-go list.
Not that word. Why don't you comment rich? As we're still just coming out of the first story, comment rich on the comments page of the website, which is /podcast. And we'll put you in a draw. And we'll send a T-shirt to the person that we pick. How about that?
Can we do? I've got a dream of doing this. Just listen. Can we do a big bowl and pick a name out of it?
Yes, we can do a big bowl. Also, I should point out as well. So there's a plethora of colours of these.
Yes.
And you can pick your colour and you can pick your size, and we'll make sure you get your favourite colour and size. There's pink right through to white to blue to green to brown to cream to grey. There's also
colourblind, so you don't know what's going on there, but that is all correct.
I'm told there are. There's a blue one.
Correct, what you've said. Look, sorry, let's get back to this. Yeah. What do you want? Any more? Do you want some more comments? I've got some more
please.
Comments.
Always want the comments.
Okay, so Kimberly, I love this, and she's Kimberly. I like how she's done this. This is on YouTube, so if you want to watch, like 45 minutes of this nonsense, you could do that on YouTube. And Kimberly said she felt like she was sitting and chatting with 2 good friends.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That's nice. But if you actually want a proper comment, that was just vanity on my part. If you want a proper comment, this is a good one from Charlotte. I loved this, especially the discussion afterwards about attachment.
Yeah.
I'm anxious attachment and was in a very controlling relationship. I loved it at first. We talked about this, didn't we? He took care of me. However, I lost myself before I realized what was happening. I've had turbulent relationships in the past, and I do believe it takes two. See, more understanding here. This is brilliant. This is the bit. This is the bit. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I take full accountability for how my relationships have been shaped. Now taking time to be on my own to do the work.
Yeah. Fabulous. It's what you can take accountability for is what you can control. And people so often confuse accountability with blame. And when you tell people to be accountable for stuff when they've come out of a really difficult, often abusive, emotionally abusive relationships, and you say, take accountability for as much as you can. If you mistake that for blame, that'll really sort of be like a red flag to a bull. But actually, if you can take responsibility and accountability for your own actions throughout the relationship, especially at the end, that's stuff you can fix. That's own. And it's really important. And until you can do that, you're not really in a position to begin the healing process, because you're kind of still too angry and too hurt. You have to fall over and then you have to rebuild, right? So that's where the accountability thing comes from. And I didn't want to do it. But the problem is, you see, if it's all the other person's fault, then what are you? You're a victim, right?
Yeah, that's also awful.
Yeah. So how are you going to recover from that? You have to take some.
I'm really pleased. Yeah, it's a superb comment. And I'm really pleased you actually said that, because I feel that the line between accountability and blame in my head is very blurred. And I felt really bad because I feel like I said something actually on the podcast. I was like, I hope that's not what I meant. I didn't mean blame. I meant accountability. I just did not use that word. Yeah. But yes, again, speaking from personal experience, painful personal experience, it's a revelation when you suddenly go, do you know what? You could have done that. You shouldn't have done that. You should have put boundaries down there. You should have said no to that.
Yeah, 100%. It's so empowering as well. Because what are you doing? You're learning about yourself, aren't you? And learning about yourself helps you. I mean, it sounds so cheesy in therapy speak, but it's true. It
is true.
So, cool. Do you have more comments? Are we done on the comments?
I've actually the only other one I've got, it just says I have liked and subscribed.
Well, that's very sweet.
It is, and I wrote that one. So
have you liked and subscribed?
So I liked and subscribed. It was very easy. I did, and that's why I did it, because I like these.
We keep having to delete the comments that you keep making about how pretty Emma is and how great she is.
And any of those, keep them coming. It's great.
How we need to get rid of Harry.
It's not necessary.
I'm being overthrown. Okay.
It's a cue.
What are we moving on to in this chaotic?
I think we should. I don't know if you have actually really talked. We've done a giveaway. Have we talked about what's coming up? Because the one that's coming up, I am so in love with him. It's Clive.
I found. I know that you found some of them really hard to listen to, and I know that because of the sofa was soaking wet with your tears. But I must say, like I had a wobble reading Clive's story, because it's such a. I mean, I wouldn't say it's that familiar a tale, but it's such a familiar feeling. This kind of this story arc that's coming, and I don't want to give anything away about it, but it's a really beautiful story, actually.
It is beautiful. It is, and also, I think there's a real. It's nice is a crap word, but it's the fact that a man so early on has got engaged and sent stuff, and it's almost the again, when you listen to it, you'll understand. It's almost like, oh my gosh, thank gosh, he's found an outlet or someone to talk to, because it's quite an isolating place that he's in, isn't it? Or an isolated place that he's in.
Yeah, I think it's always. I mean, we have across the channels, I think we're 25 million-ish views a month now. 85% of those views are from women. That's not just because of my devastating good looks. And I
definitely not that.
Thank you. And I think that there's a little bit of a fear from men commenting that they'll be kind of swamped, right? So occasionally we will receive some fairly negative comments from men and all that stuff. And that's and I understand that, as you know, men like to suppress emotions a little bit more. But I think there's a real vulnerability and a real strength in people like Clive commenting.
Mm.
Wonderful men on the channel, I should say, and there are some amazing men that I've had as one-to-one clients. One in particular who I'm going to get onto this at some point, because I really want to interview him and I want you to sit and see what he came through, because he was the poster boy for anxious attachment, and he dated the poster girl for avoidant attachment, and went through a real difficult situation. And I took him by the collar on one-to-one calls and pulled him through, no contact, and through building his self-esteem, and now into a situation where he is so incredibly impressively secure. And I'm so proud of him, and I want him to come on. So I've had a chat with him, and he's going to appear on this at some point. But it's always lovely when men are openly emotionally vulnerable. And also, tip for any men who are watching this, it's also one of the most attractive things.
Oh, attractive! The thing is, right, it just indicates an awareness of yourself. And I think I can't speak for all women. Of course I can't. Barely speak for myself. But I think the perception is possibly that they think it emasculates them in some way, or makes them less, less. But my God, the strength actually that it demonstrates, that a man is like, I feel like this. I'm not happy. I'm strong enough to tell you I feel like this. I'm strong enough to say I've got something that I'm not happy with or is broken and I want to fix it. And that thing relates to something that you can't tangibly touch. It's fantastic. We love that.
We love that.
We do love that.
And so late tonight, so this episode's going to go live this evening. This is Tuesday. Late tonight, we're going to publish the trailer for the next episode, which is just the
very yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, it doesn't give too much away, but it'll give you a little insight. I really recommend you watch this one. It's I think when we both recorded this and then watched the edit, we both said this is a really good one.
It is a good one, yeah.
Yes, so that's what's coming. That's the next step.
Absolutely, that is the next step. So, have you gone through?
Emma, you're so professional at this. I'm
brilliant, actually.
Segues, you're doing the newsreader leaning in thing. It's amazing.
I'm going to do this.
Are you Tony Blair hands? Okay.
I'm not going to do. No, it's that they do. I'm not doing that. Do we want to talk a little bit more about the format change, or have you covered that enough?
No, let's talk about that. So,
because we're organic and evolving, aren't we, Harry? We're organic.
We're so versatile as artists, right? As actors.
We are actors, yes.
So yeah, the format change. I think what I was really aware of is that I want us to cover these difficult stories, and I want us to face these difficult issues, and I don't want to go away from the theme of the channel, which is pretty much hard to listen to. Advice. And I didn't realize when I began this in February that actually I was being quite hard and quite brutal. I thought that but my northern roots perhaps misled me, but I thought I was being quite gentle. But that's what the hug's for, right? It might be practical and direct, but what do I want? I want you to heal. I want you to move through this, and to move through it, sometimes you need a firm hand, right? Excuse me. So we want to stick with that kind of theme, but we're going to lighten it. We're going to lighten the second half of the pod so that we can have the heavy issue and then move into something lighter.
Like taking a breath, isn't it? Just taking a breath and going, right, okay, yes.
It's a sorbet.
Oh, a palate cleanser. Yes. Please, Harry, tell me what those things will be.
So we're going to begin with, we're going to talk about an activity of the week.
Oh, yes. This is Guinea Pig Girl, isn't it?
This is the best thing ever. So
can we get a jingle?
Activity of the week. Yeah, we can. We definitely can. Let's get a jingle. So anyway, the idea will be that we don't want to push this healing method. We don't want to force anything on people that isn't tried and tested. Now, I've done this stuff. This is all the stuff that I needed so desperately when I was going through all this, and it really did pull me through. And we have thousands of people now who've gone through this and love them, and the reviews are there if you want to read them. I'm not here flogging packs, but let me just tell you, if we have the lovely delectable poster girl for anxious attachment, and we have the tools to heal anxious attachment, and we're starting this podcast journey, it would be remiss of us not to put you through a little bit of torture, right?
Absolutely, it would, and I think it's important to say that I am still, yesterday, was I not howling on the FaceTime?
I would not like to say, I couldn't reveal that.
And am I not just every morning laying in bed and seeing day 28 and doing nothing with it? Yes, I am doing that. I've got back, it's coming in. So I've started it, and yes, I'm going to do it, and you're going to see my progress.
Wonderful. So we're going to pick an activity. At the moment, it'll be something from the existing toolkits, which exist across the packs. And the list of those, to give you a rough idea, I'll just whiz through a few. So there is meditation, there is breath work, there's EMDR, there's EFT, which is the tapping therapy. There's journaling, but guided journaling, which is really quite significant. So excellent. So there's a handful to begin with. We are going to pick one for Emma to begin and try and set her off on a week of doing it. And Emma's going to update us remotely from the wilds of wherever it is she lives. It's a long way.
Suffolk.
If there's electricity and connection, we'll get an update midweek. And that'll tell us, actually, it'll be over the weekend, won't it, I suppose? And that'll tell us how you're getting on, if it's working, if you're still an anxious wreck, or if we're moving you through it, right? If we're pulling you through it. And we haven't quite decided what the first one's going to be yet, but it'll be.
Do we get to? You're just going to pick randomly?
No. Maybe we should throw that open to the viewers as well.
Oh. Okay. Yes, we should do that. But we're going to throw something else open to the viewers, though, aren't we? So maybe you pick this.
I'll pick the activity. Yeah.
And the single viewer will have to pick the other thing, which is.
The other thing. Tell me what the other thing is. Oh, yes. That's another jingle, though, isn't it?
Question of the week.
Okay, so, yes, question of the week is going to be something that we're going to ask we're going to ask each other. And the way that's going to work is we're going to take random questions that have been submitted, and we're going to give a full answer. We have no way of dodging that. So the question could be anything from what's the craziest date that you've been on to what's the fastest way that you've found to heal XYZ, or anything along the lines of in between. So any direct question you'd like to ask within reason, obviously. Something that relates to relationships or breakups or dating. Perhaps one of the questions could be, what's the most petty thing that you've done during a breakup?
I love that. We had a lovely time in the pub talking about those, didn't we?
We did. So, yeah, it could be anything along those lines. But the way that it'll work is that I'll answer one week, Emma will answer the next week, and in between, we'll submit it to you lot, the viewer and their friend, and we'll get your answer too. We want to make this as interactive as we can going forward.
Yeah. So. I feel strongly like I want a goldfish bowl with bits of paper in that I can pick out of.
You can have a goldfish bowl if you carry it to the studio.
Oh, no, I don't need a goldfish bowl.
You can wear it like a helmet.
My massive head, I couldn't know.
A big bowl. But yeah, so I think question of the week, activity of the week, and then we're going to end the pod on the Thursday on the studio episode, because I think it's really important that although, of course, we're having the levity part, we're lifting the mood of the pod a little bit in the second half. I want everything that we produce and everyone that we reach, I want to be giving real, workable, usable advice.
Yes, this is the thing. Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to end on something that you can do that will take you less than 2 minutes to regulate yourself. So that if you are in emotional crisis, if you are struggling, if you can't stop thinking about someone, if you're ruminating, if you feel incredibly sad, if you're crying, if you're having a really bad 10 minutes, half an hour, day, there are things that you can do. And it's really interesting that there are physical things that you can do that will alter your mood emotionally. And we're going to get into those so that every week we'll finish with one. And then if you've had a bad day, you can listen to that last bit of the pod and you can do the thing. And then you can let us know in the comments if it worked, because they really work. And they can be anything from screaming into cold water to taking your socks off. They can be anything, but we'll be giving that.
Will people be submitting those as well?
Yeah, I mean, if people at
leave
home,
your comments. Yeah, leave your comments.
Yeah,
mine's laundry. I like to do laundry things.
Do you?
Yeah, and that's mental, I know. But so many of my life decisions have come while I've been hanging washing out, and that is the truth.
Do you hang it on a line like?
Yes,
wow.
With pegs, and I feel like
we've lost our last viewer. Then sorry, carry on.
So we'll talk about it another time. But yes, laundry. That's mine.
Okay.
Anything to do with it, I love it.
Well, EMDR, which is one of the tools, the bilateral music therapy, is when I do all the washing. That's when I use it.
Laundry, I'm telling you.
Do the laundry. Okay. Right, what are we doing next? Because I am being led here. I
think we're done.
Okay, brilliant. Well, I think that you need to go and have a look at this trailer, which will be out just after this episode. So you can see what's coming next on the Thursday edition of the podcast, which is wonderful. If you don't follow me on socials, what are you doing?
Why don't you? Why
wouldn't you?
There's a lot of him walking about. I'll just give you, he walks about a lot and spouts wisdom.
You know what I was thinking? I haven't been walking about enough lately, so there'll be more walking about. And
you should do that. In the depths of my despair, can I tell the viewer this? You used to send me, and I love this, every morning, because you get up very early.
That's true.
Every morning you used to send me a little video from your walk. Oh, yeah. I might cry now, why not? And just show me the cows or the trees or the sky. Yeah. It was lovely. So I know you do yomp about a bit.
Oh, yeah. I think on my own little, it sounds very cheesy to call it a healing journey, but on my own recovery from difficult relationships, I can tell you that the trees and the cows know more about me than anyone on earth, because I have talked to those boys and girls. I have talked to them. Yeah. So, walking is a wonderful therapy, isn't it? So, yes, absolutely. So, yes, follow me. Register on the website, dadhugsforyoursoul.com. Message your stories into podcast@dadhugsforyoursoul.com by email. You can submit them on the website as well. And you can submit comments. You can
voice note.
Right. I'm doing well here.
Yeah, voice note.
Oh, that's right. And you can leave a voice note on the website too. So, we'd love to hear from you. We're growing this. This will grow. It'll be the same as the socials. It starts slow and then it explodes, and the explosion is coming. Hopefully not from the light behind me, but the explosion is coming. So yes, do follow. And for now, I think we'll end it there, Emma.
Don't forget to enter the competition to win the T-shirt by leaving a comment on the website in the podcast section.
Very true. And then we've got a big merch drop competition coming in October as well.
We have a bundle.
A bundle.
Bundle.
Blimey, a bundle. Yes, you can win a bundle. So, keep in touch with us. And
yes.
Yeah, enjoy the pod.
There's one more thing. I've forgotten it. The live. I'm going to come on a live with you. I'm so excited. That's why I wanted to say it.
I'm a bit worried about that, to be honest. But
no, don't be. I'll be very quiet and good.
1 out of 2 is not bad. You'll be great. It'll be brilliant. Yes. So we're going to get Emma on the live. Did we decide on a day?
No, I think we said sort of Wednesday loosely.
I'll put a day on a story so that you'll find out when it is, and we'll do a joint live and have a chat and introduce Emma to you, who's basically going to take over the channel anyway, and I'll be home.
Yeah, I'm very shy. Look at me. I hate this.
Okay, it's been an utter delight talking to you, Emma.
And you, Harry, always.
Thanks very much. Right, and we're going to go now. If I say the start bit, you can say the rest.
Go on then.
If you're wondering where your ex is and what they're doing, they are
exactly where you left them.
And they're doing exactly what they were doing.
Big hug.
See you on the channel. Big hug.